How many of you could imagine standing up here and looking out on this audience and how frightening and intimidating that could possibly be for any of us? But I gotta tell you, it's actually not as frightening, as intimidating as I might have imagined, because I know for a fact what I'm about to do is the easiest job in the world. It's the easiest job in the world because there isn't anything I'm about to say that you don't know. Because everything that you do and everything this organization does is hardwired to connect and to be successful. Relationships are the core to your success. If you understand what I'm saying, just tell me, I get it. Now, if that's all true, then ultimately the question is, what does that really mean by relationships? Because you've got a powerful company, and you've got a powerful set of individuals sitting down around you. And the reason I wanted to bring these lights up is because what you need to do to be successful in this world is sitting right around you. And I don't know if that emotionally sinks in yet, but if I do anything with you today, I'm going to try to bring that to life for each and every one of you. That everything that you need in these troubled economic times, everything that you need in your personal troubled times, no matter what they are, everything that you need to be the great person that you were put on this planet to do, to be successful, to be powerful, to be your full potential, doesn't actually start and come from internally. It starts and comes from your willingness to let other people in. All right, now that I got the light up, I want to learn a little bit about you. I want you to write one of the following shapes down as I blurt out 4 shapes. I want you to write one of them down, and I want you to question or judge as to why I wrote this one or why I wrote that one or what that one means, etc. Just whatever comes to the top of your mind, I want you to write it down. And it's gonna say something to all of us, but I don't want you to think about it too much. You ready? All right, so here they are. There's 4 of them. A circle, a triangle, a square, or a Z. Circle, triangle, square, or Z. Write it down. Don't even think. Write it down. Some of you are staring at me and not writing anything down. If you can't think of something, then that actually says something about you too. Does everybody have something written down? All right. Circles, raise your hands. Holy cow. Not a surprise. I'd say it's almost 60-70% of the audience. Circles are out-of-the-box thinkers. It's good. Circles tend to embrace change in organizations. They tend to embrace people in organizations and people in the world generally. Now, the interesting thing about circles is partially in choosing a circle, you have specifically omitted not choosing something else. What you've chosen not to choose is you don't choose anything that sort of has a sharp edge or a pointy side or something that boxes you in any way. So all of you circles have specifically avoided those kind of things. They make you a little claustrophobic. As a result, you're all sort of deeply individuals who are individualistic, but very disorganized. So Tom, we got some serious problems here. You got about 60-70% of the folks that... All right. Triangles, raise your hands. Okay, keep them up, keep them up, keep them up, keep them up, keep them up. Anybody sitting next to a triangle, just be careful. Triangles will do anything to get to the top of an organization as quickly as possible. The most ruthlessly blind individuals in the room. Just to make sure you get their business cards before you leave, all right? All right. Now, squares, raise your hands. Nothing to be ashamed of. This is, by the way, stand up if you're a square. Stand up. Stand up. There are so few of you in this room that all of you circles, look at them, point them out, recognize them. You desperately need to partner with these people. All right, you can sit down. These are the individuals that have rigor and analytics, and they have process. They embrace that sort of thing. I mean, it's all great. It's fantastic stuff in their organizations. Plus, the world needs accountants too. It's all good. And then there's the Z's. Don't raise your hand if you're a Z. I would never do that in front of your work colleagues, peers, and associates. Oh my gosh, no. Because Z's are just preoccupied with booze and sex. Now, by the way, if any of you would now like to change and become a Z, raise your hands. There you go. You will be a heck of a lot more fun at the dance party tonight. Look, when I wrote these two books, I wrote them with a very simple message in mind that we're going to talk about today. And the message is very simple, in that it is that you can't get there alone. Let's let that sink in for a second. You can't get there alone. I don't care where there is for you. I don't care what your dreams, your aspirations, your hopes. I don't care what your unique and specific fears are. But no matter where you want or what you want to achieve, it's with and through the people in your life that will happen. But we got a problem. We've got a problem in society that we're now also fixated on having so much to do and so little time to do it. How many people in this room would say that they are slightly, if not significantly, overwhelmed without enough time to do all that you have to do? Just say amen. Amen. And the problem is that in today's day and age, we get so focused on the transaction. How many of us take the time to connect? And recognizing that time, that instant, and one of the things we're going to talk about today is that the time that we don't connect can be transformed, that same 2-second moment that we choose not to connect, but instead to transact. That same 2-second moment where we decide to give a compliment that may or may not be authentic or true, but we know that it works and it's a good trick to get somebody to arrest their attention. We haven't even looked to see whether their lipstick is any good. We just know that saying their lipstick is good is a good way to start. But every moment that we take to transact with your mindset, with your heart, with your decision to not transact, but to connect, with your decision that you want to lead a life a little differently, with your decision that you want to have some moments in your life when you actually exhale, that those decisions in life can go from transaction to transformation. Everything that we do can't be verbal, it's got to be felt. You all have to feel what I'm saying, and you'll never believe it. If I'm going to expect or even hope that when you leave here you do something different, you got to do something different in here and like it and connect with it, and then you're going to say, great, I want to do a little bit more of that. And then at break, you're going to start practicing and doing some of it. And then when you're done with break, you're going to be doing it at dinner, you're going to go home, and you're going to try it a little bit more. So our ability to taste success is the beginning of a transformation.